It's 18,500, of which I think approximately 12,500 is seated. So the plans at this point in time, and they're in detail at the side of you, will be seated both sides of the pitch, and there will be freestanding behind the sticks. It's really the fans. This is for the benefit of the fans first and foremost. A lot of the fans still like to stand. Rugby league is still a game whereby it's still a family game. We're not subject to the same strictures as professional soccer, so we are able to have some standing. But it's around 12,000 seats, 6,000 standing, with the main corporate facilities in the principal stand. There'll be dining facilities in total, in various rooms, but in total for about 1,600 people, including 2 rooms that hold 450, nearly 500 each, which can be used for conferencing as well as standard corporate hospitality, and can be partitioned into sub-rooms. So it opens up, and this is a critical aspect of the entire project. It opens up a whole new raft of revenue streams for the club, and will bring in lots of incremental business to the town. There's going to be a multiplier effect in terms of, obviously, if new business is coming into the rugby club itself, there'll be a spillover into associated businesses within the town. So it will create long-term employment as well as just during the construction process.
Was there never a chance, Eamonn, that you could have stayed here till the new stadium was ready, or is it simply a fact that having started the stadium, you've got to get out pretty quickly?
Yeah, we have to. There's a combination of 2 reasons here. I think you're here today. It literally is kind of the death rattle of the stadium has set in. It isn't fit for purpose. The costs of keeping it open for another season for basic health and safety standards, and then during the course of the season, are prohibitively high. And obviously there's the financing aspect of the new stadium. The sale of Knowsley Road is obviously a key facet of that. So it's necessity rather than choice, but at the same time I think people realise that they're coming to the last game here. People are, I think, psychologically ready for it. A season, or the large part of a season at Widnes, is a small price to pay, if any. It's only 2 miles away. I think most of you, if not all of you, have been to the Halton Stadium. It's a very comfortable stadium, very atmospheric stadium. And as I say, just 2 miles away from St.Helens, it's not a great sacrifice at all. And I think that, combined with actually physically seeing our own stadium arise during the course of the season, fans won't consider it any sacrifice at all.
And will it be a full season of Widnes, or will you be moving into the stage towards the end of?
I think we got to anticipate it will be a full season. If we are able to accelerate, or the contractor is able to accelerate the build programme, then there's an outside possibility. But I think we've got to work on the basis that it'll be probably the full season there. Yes.
For the new stadium to be ready?
Well, end of the season really, but there's a swing factor of a number of weeks, as with any major development. It depends on whether timelines are met or not. Recent experience, certainly, if you look at comparable recent new rugby stadia such as Llanelli, then I think about near to 10 weeks was knocked off the original time frame. But you can't plan on that basis. You've got to be realistic, and certainly the message going to the fans is expect to be at the Halton Stadium for the whole of next season. If we can accelerate it, all the better. But as I say, it's in the greater scheme of things, it's a tiny sacrifice, if any at all.
And given that the capacity of the Widnes Stadium is just over 13,000, did you consider taking some of the bigger games, like the Warrington game, elsewhere?
Yes, we've considered it, and if arrangements are definitive as and when, then we'll make an announcement. But we're hoping to have one big game, yet to be named, on the road and not too far down the road during the course of next season, in addition to obviously the standard games at the Halton Stadium.
I know it's early days yet, Eamonn, but how far down the line are you with that stadium sponsor? Is that
Stadium sponsor? No, it is early days. So
yeah, it's too early.
Yeah.
a lot of public money involved in the project, isn't there?
Hmm.
Do you feel fortunate that you've managed to secure that, given the cutbacks that are going on across the country?
Oh, I think we do, yeah. I mean, the timing was fine. I think if we'd have been another 6 months down the road, the sources of funding may or may not have been available. So, yes, we are fortunate that it's still there. It's a public-private partnership. There's a lot of private money going into this as well as public money. But the beneficiaries are both public and private enterprise. The town, as Mary correctly stated earlier, the club is a major beneficiary of this, but the town as much, if not more, in terms of, as I say, job creation and self-esteem.
It isn't
and
just
the
about
image of the town.
It isn't just about the stadium, boost to morale and confidence, but seeing the structures going up, and even more importantly on top of that is we'll be able now to perhaps focus on our town centre, because with Tesco in the town centre going, and the car park in there, we will need to focus on our town centre. So we will look, the council is already looking ahead to get the town centre earmarked as a kite centre within Merseyside, so that we'll start to look on revamping the town centre, regenerating that town centre. So it goes beyond the stadium, and it's the stadium and the present planning issues only takes up half of that site. So we've not got a good background with the finances of the state of the country and what's happening in the country, but we're a council that's always been able to do things against all the odds, and the optimism is still there, and the stadium and the site around there is a catalyst. So it goes much more beyond the stadium, and that's not meaning the stadium is small. It's very, very important to the people of St Helens, the game, the economy, everything.
How will the car parking work out then around the stadium? Any ideas to how many you can get around?
Yeah, it's something that we're still working on. Into the number is not fixed, but we're working towards certainly more than sufficient car parking for, as with any stadium, priority in terms of your sponsors and your corporates. And it's not just on match days; it's non-match days, because we hope to be open for business in one way or another every day. But yeah, it's something that we're still working on. It's still evolving to some extent, but I think you can rest assured that we'll be able to accommodate both sponsors and fans alike.
Do you worry what a season at Widnes might do for playing on the playing side of it? Will that have
No, not at all. It's something that you have to think about, but on the playing side, not at all. I think our players, I think our record away from home is better than at home this season. We've got a highly professional team. I'd like to think that certainly the team that we have in mind, the squad we have in mind for next season is even stronger than this. And I expect a highly successful season at Widnes.
Is the club taking a financial hit by going to Widnes for the season?
Yet to be determined. It's something that we have to cater for. The average crowd may or may not be as high as here. We'll be doing everything to ensure that it is. We're launching some what we think is very attractive season ticket packages for those of our fans who are loyal to the club and do go to Widnes next year. They'll effectively be offered a one-year season ticket. Has your prices frozen for 3 years. We're giving you a 5-year season ticket for the price of 4, which you can interpret as a free season at Widnes. And we offer financing and direct debit schemes for it. That said, people can be awkward or difficult, or we live in St Helens, don't we? So certain people may or may not go. We may attract new fans. We've got various budget projections catering for different results, but it's something we have to face, deal with and get on with, as we have done each season for the last 10 years. Our financial position in this stadium is weak in the extreme. That's the whole reason to move to a new stadium as far as the club is concerned, and a year's not optimum financial performance at Widnes is something that we're ready for.